Nobody is buying Toronto condos anymore as the market completely tanks. May be the best news headline I've seen so far in 2023. And like they normally are, these are fear-mongering, trying to make you click on a news story headline, and BlogTO knows exactly what they're doing, and in fact, I give them credit because they're pretty good at it. But this headline is deceiving. It's only really talking about new home sales. In these stories, when they say no one is buying Toronto condos, we all know that's a bunch of crap. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the numbers so far in 2023. Who is buying Toronto condos? My name is Tom Storer, and I appreciate you being back here on this channel. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button on this video and subscribe if you want to join our growing community. You can also go into the first link in the description and book a call with me at a time that works for you. So there's a few things I want to address in this video. We're going to review this article that came out by BlogTO. And by the way, they've used a very similar headline to this earlier in the year, just saying no one is buying Toronto homes. They kind of recycle the headlines that they use. They got a little bit lazy with it. But we're going to show you the data that they've pulled from to come to the conclusion that they can even make this type of headline. Then I'm going to show you how many condos have actually sold so far this year in 2023 up to the end of April, and show you all the data in May up to May the 26th. So let's jump into the BlogTO article. And there it is in all of its glory. Nobody wants to buy Toronto condos anymore as the market completely tanks. Well, let's see what's actually going on here. As much as realtors and other industry experts are adamant that Canadians' housing market is on the road to recovery, the return has been extremely sluggish, especially for certain cities and housing types. Now, this is the type of stuff that if you take macro data and break it down, I'm not even saying what they're saying here isn't true, but it's also completely misleading. And I understand from a journalistic perspective saying, yeah, like, of course, the real estate industry and realtors are going to tell you that the market is getting better, but it's not actually what I think. It's what the numbers are saying. And mathematically, the numbers are saying that the market has been getting better almost every single month in 2023. And they've already contradicted themselves from their headline saying no one's buying condos in Toronto. And then their first sentence is saying that it depends on what city it's located in. But what we're talking about here is the city of Toronto. They then go on to say that while the volume of home sales month over month does show that more prospective home buyers are returning to the market, when compared to this time last year, the numbers are pretty dismal. Of course they are. They were always going to look dismal compared to when interest rates are at 2% and now they're at 5.5%. So it makes sense that sales volume is going to be down, and we've talked about this so many times on this channel, and that of course the prices are going to be down. But what I want all of you to keep a close eye on, because if you're watching this video, you're probably pretty interested in what's happening in the market, is that those year-over-year declines are slowly getting less every single month. And by June or July, there's actually a point in time we may be even with 2022. The last thing I want to say on this article is that the numbers look particularly bad in the latest figures for new condo sales around the city, which was just released by the New Home Builders Report for the Building Industry and Land Development Association, BILD. So what they're showing is people buying new condos, meaning pre-construction condos, are not buying them at the same volume that they were a year ago. And yeah, of course they're not, because anyone that bought a pre-construction condo a year ago is probably not feeling too great about their decision. Or if they bought them 2 years ago and they're closing now with higher interest rates, they're not feeling too great about it either. So it makes sense. I've had my thoughts on the pre-construction industry. We've covered a lot of those topics recently on the channel. Now, as we like to do in these videos, we're going to debunk what they said. Nobody is buying Toronto condos. Okay. Fair enough. What does nobody mean? Well, let's find out. So we're just going to look at the condo apartment segment here. We're going to go down to the bottom. It shows 6,674. Apparently, that's what nobody means, especially if you take it just to the end of April. That represented 30% of all sales in the GTA. If you broke these numbers down even more and focused just on the 416 area code of Toronto, I would expect this 30% to get closer to 50 or 60% of all the transactions, with an average sale price of $708,000. They also went on to say that the market has completely tanked. But condo prices in the city of Toronto for the first 4 months of this year have gone up every single month. Not just the average sale price and the median sale price, but the number of transactions as well. And the May numbers are going to be pretty much on trend, with April maybe slightly higher as well. So we may see this trend continue. But I want to give you the up-to-date numbers for May. I wrote them down on my phone here. So far in May, 1,402 condos have sold firm in the Greater Toronto Area. So that's what nobody means just so far in May, the 26 days of May so far as I'm filming this video. There's also 283 condos that are currently sold conditional. Even if we say only 90% of those become firm transactions, that's still a whole bunch more that are going to be sold. And then it's even more fun to break things down on a daily perspective. So right now, 64 condos are selling per day in the city of Toronto in the month of May. So as I thought, this headline's completely bogus. I hope that you're not getting your real estate news sources from places like this. And BlogTO used to actually be pretty good. I used to get a lot of information from there. I don't know what's going on. Even though these articles will get them more clicks, like 100%, if the reader finds out that you're basically lying to them every time you show up to read an article, eventually they're just not going to show up anymore. And when I posted this on Instagram, I had a lot of people message me directly saying like, yeah, I don't go there anymore for my news sources. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this video. My name is Tom Story, and remember, home is where your story begins.